Yeah, I would say so. He got up, well, maybe 13 hours. He got up somewhere between 6 and 7, and probably closer to 6:30 ish. But he refused to take a nap today, and so he has been running nonstop all day long. And when that kid crashes, he is going to sleep like the dead.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, and it's funny, Eric, that you should mention the mowing because I turned on my fitness app and whatnot when I went out and mowed because if you don't post it on Facebook, it doesn't count.
Right.
Um, but the greatest, like the best part of it was it tried to use the GPS to track my distance that I went. Okay, and
Yeah.
my GPS is not reliable in the least bit around this area.
Oh, and Matt, my run is horrible because I ran at a track once and it didn't know what to
Yeah,
do with that.
it looked like you. It looked like a 2-year-old tried to draw a circle.
Yes.
Yeah. Mine looks like I cut through people's houses sometimes, but it says that I only
And,
went.
and Chris and Chris avows that he only cut through one house
Right,
today.
exactly. So I mowed for 41 minutes, and I had my heart rate monitor on, so my calorie burn is should be fairly accurate. Um, but it said that I only walked 0.03 kilometers in 41 minutes. So my average pace is 19 hours 45 minutes and 14 seconds per kilometer.
Lazy.
So yes, I mowed the lawn at a speed of 20 kilometers per minute. Or no, hold
Wow.
on. Yeah. No, yeah, of uh or maybe that's 19 days. Hell, I don't know. It's 1945-14, but yeah,
No, that's
it was
that's probably that's probably hours.
19 hours 45 minutes. So,
So you need to pick up your rate because your lawn's
I
never
do.
going to get done at this point.
I really I mow
uh,
like 1 square inch at a time. That's it. So, yeah, it takes me a
uh,
while. So, yeah.
so I was going to watch Raw while we did this, but too many things streaming at once, and it was like, nope.
Yeah, James is watching Raw right now. Um, the
Well,
opening segment was
because
actually funny. Um,
we only have one we only have one cable box in the house.
okay.
So we can stream USA upstairs, but obviously
Right.
with
Well, I kicked James out of his room so I could come in here because normally I would be in the living room, um, but we're a little earlier than we normally are, so
Yeah.
I kicked James out of his room so he's watching Raw while I'm in here.
well, your
That's
timing was great.
fair trade.
I had ju- I had just finished cooking dinner and feeding the family.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I've got a Subway sandwich waiting on me in the kitchen, but honestly, I'm too tired to eat it. Like I took my LSAT today and it was a little over 6 hours. And oh my
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Oh God, that I hope I did
Okay,
well.
Oh
so
yeah.
I hope I did well
so
because I don't ever want to take it again.
so what's on it? I'm genuinely curious because I know like I've taken 3 different education tests.
Hmm.
I've taken two content uh, two content tests, and then I've taken what they
Right.
call the PPR, which
Right.
is pedagogy and professional responsibility. I think is what it is. Um, and that's the general teaching test. That's
Mm.
like in a perfect world with perfect with 100% administrative support and kids who want to be there and
Yeah.
budget is no
And a
issue.
You
government that
know,
doesn't screw
real
you.
life. Real life.
Right, exactly, absolutely real life.
Yeah.
what would you do, like scenarios, then the answers are in a perfect world. It wouldn't necessarily be what you would do,
Right.
but if money were no object and all this other perfect things fell into place, what would you do? And there was, it's also one of those tests where you have to pick the best and the most correct answer.
Yeah, that's what this was from front to back.
And so I'm just curious what
Um,
the entrance exam for law school
BJ
looks like.
answered that for for even minor traffic infractions, they need to have the death penalty enacted.
right.
Right.
No, like, yeah, it was all reasoning. Like, uh, it was so weird. Like most of them, it would give you a scenario and be like, okay, here's a scenario. Now, out of these 5 questions, or out of these 5 possible answers, which one, if true, would provide the strongest argument in favor of, the topic put forth in the question? So you would have all 5 answers would be arguments in favor, and 4 of them would be strong arguments in favor. 3 of them would be exceptionally strong. So you just got to narrow
wow.
it down. Yeah, and that's what most of it was. There was one of the sections was basically like reading comprehension, but more in depth. Like that style of it'll be like a page and a half long, and it'll say like what was the general theme of paragraph 2 and stuff like that. So that was a pretty basic aspect of it. The bits that kind of really messed with my head was like it would say 5 people have been hired on as contract labor. If
one of them can paint the house in 4 hours,
no, yeah, no,
and the other one can paint it in 3 hours.
No.
How long would
How
it
long
take them
would it take 'em to
together
do
to
it
paint the house?
no, worse than that. Worse than that. It was
Why do they have so many cantaloupes?
right. It would say like Marco and Ruben. If you hire either one of them, have to be the team leader. If you hire Troy, then Andrew comes along as well, and all that stuff.
Okay, hold on. Whoa. I love how you picked 2 Hispanic sounding names and then 2 super white names.
Well,
Because you were like,
He's got to represent diversity.
right.
and then you got Tyrone and shit.
Did you say Shifty?
Yeah, I'm tired, man. Like, it sounded like a good hood name, but and
Mercedes.
yeah, and you'd have to
Lexus.
be, and it would set up that as a thing, and then the next 10 questions would be like, from the information provided, what would be the most reliable crew in terms of hierarchy? And then it would go on to say if somebody got injured due to the strengths that the other ones have, who would be the best replacement? I mean, it was really overly complicated and in-depth stuff, and I get it, but it's like, wow. And it would have probably been easier had I slept last night, but I didn't. Like, for whatever reason, like, I guess just nerves. I don't feel nervous when I come up to things like that, but anytime I have something big the next day, I usually don't sleep. Like, I'm just wide awake.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not rattled. I don't feel like I'm bothered by it. I'm just not tired. So I don't know if it's excitement or what. But
I have a problem when I know I have to be somewhere at a specific time and I have to get up at a specific time in order to get there.
you can't sleep hard.
I can't sleep hard because I spend the whole night worried I'm going to oversleep. And
Oh, yeah.
like I wake up like every hour
Mm-hmm.
and check the clock to see if I need to get up.
Yeah.
And that's how I sleep for the whole night. That's probably how I'll be tomorrow night because I've got to leave for Burleson at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Where are you going to Burleson?
Google conference.
Okay. Swing by on your way back.
I
I
can Wednesday.
Okay.
I can Wednesday. Yeah, I absolutely can on Wednesday.
I found your Game of Thrones. It was underneath the driver's seat, so that's why we couldn't find it.
Hey, Mikey.
I don't think Mikey can hear us.
Oh. Poop.
So
Who keeps breaking dishes?
that was me. That was me. I'm sorry. My bad. I just that plate had it coming.
I did.
Little bastards.
You missed some epic awesomeness last night on Facebook Beach at like what was it, like 1 o'clock in the morning?
Pretty close to it, yeah.
Yeah, Chris was still texting me at freaking 1 o'clock, and
You were texting me. I emailed you, and you texted me back.
I texted Chris and he didn't reply. Although
I'm not sure I got it.
It was just the jerk my dick thing.
Oh, yeah.
hold on, I'll be back in just 1 second.
Yeah. That was a good time. And I see you are in you're now BFFs with Kevin Smith as well.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, is that he put his hands on me and we shook hands twice. I'm pretty sure that there is a culture where Kevin and I are now married.
It's entirely possible. Yes. That is true. I mean, hell, there's that episode of Full House when they walked around the table and then they were married. So
yeah,
What
I'm pretty
happened?
sure that.
Who got married?
Me and Kevin Smith.
Oh, hell yeah. That's hot.
Because he put his hands on me and we shook hands twice, and I'm pretty sure that there's a culture out there that's the wedding ceremony.
Right. Well, I mean, he was raised Catholic, weren't you too? So, I mean, like...
Nah, Methodist. Catholic culture, like.
Yeah, well, basically the same thing. You're Catholic without a pope.
Catholicism without the guilt.
Yeah.
But no, it was
Or the wine.
a good time. Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Welch's grape juice too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Kevin liked Kevin announced that he will be going back to Vancouver in August to direct another episode of The Flash. And
why don't we go to Canada? I've always wanted.
I know,
to go to
right?
Vancouver.
Well, oh yeah. Did you tell BJ the story? Let's tell the story of yesterday, because I think that one was kind of a cool story of how things ended up happening.
Okay, so Eric got tickets for the podcast. Kevin and Jay were coming to town to do Jay and Silent Bob Get Old live, and
kind of just tacked on. It was tacked on to Comic-Con. Like it wasn't.
Right.
It was not officially like you bought your tickets through Comic-Con, but you did not have to go to Comic-Con to go to Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hey, I think we can hear Mikey now.
Hopefully.
Yes.
There you are.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So, Eric had a ticket for a photo op that they were supposed to do before the podcast, but their flight from
Niagara, Canada.
From Niagara to Dallas got delayed, so they ended up being almost 2 hours late, and for the photo ops. By the time I got there, I got to the convention center around 5, and Eric was still in line for your 3:15 photo op.
My 3:30, but you lined up at 3:15.
So I got there a little after 5, and Kelly met me in the lobby, and she's like, "Well, Eric is still in line, so let's see what we can do." And they're closing up shop, so we just kind of walked in. There's nobody checking anymore. There's nothing on the floor worth seeing other than people just boxing up stuff. And so we went in, and Eric was still in line, and it just all kind of fell into place that I got to tag along, and we got in the picture together.
The dorkiest photo ever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was. So, yeah, it was pretty great. And then we went and the podcast was awesome. He spent an hour talking about directing The Flash and then started the podcast.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's a shame that people aren't gonna get the story that
Oh,
we
yeah.
got of him working on the Flash because it was hilarious. It really
Well, the
was.
whole night was just hilarious. I mean, I will say, like, I went to an evening with Kevin Smith back in 2009, I think. It was like,
I think that's when we went because you and I went to the same one 2
yeah,
weeks apart.
and he was, like, at that point, he was heavily pimping Cop Out. Like, that would, like, anytime somebody asked a question, he would find a way to lead it back to a story about Cop Out.
Right.
This time,
Those were sad times for Mr. Smith.
Well, see, and that's what I was telling Beej last night on the way home. I was like, an evening with Kevin Smith is it's a set. Like, he knows what he wants to talk about, regardless of what the audience asks. It's a set.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't a set. This was just, he legitimately told the story of how he got involved with the Flash because right before they sat down, he got the email confirming that the dates when he was going to go do the next episode.
which is like episode 2, he said, or something like that.
No,
No, that can't be right.
not
Not that close.
There's
Not
no
that
way.
close.
Not if they're shooting it at the end of August. But yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And we had a great time last night. And
and there's one other bit of news that we felt that needed to be shared so that everybody could have a chance to get involved. Is they are planning on coming back to Denton at the end of September, and they are going to be trying to do it with Jason Lee. So.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So just keep your end of September free.
yeah, just the entire back end of September.
We have no more details other than end of September.
Yeah, well, I mean, my schedule should be pretty open at that point. I mean, other than not forgetting, my September should be that should be good to go.
We should just put it in your phone.
What, right after never forget, remember
Yes.
to remember to
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So I want to shift to gear real quick, even though we have a perfect segue, because there's something that I wanted to make sure Beach was here for.
Mhm.
So we'll jump into this. So in case you decide you are ready to crash.
Yeah, getting pretty close.
Right,
So- We all know there's trolls. Like, the internet is full of trolls and dragons and all kinds of evil creatures.
Hmm.
But there comes a point when trolling is no longer trolling, and trolling is harassment, and trolling crosses a line. And
Have you talked to them about it yet?
no. I read a story a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not even going to pull the story up because I don't want to give any of the
No,
the
don't give it
statements
any more
anything.
traffic than it already has.
But there was a film reviewer on YouTube that posted a video entitled Ghostbusters Review, and it was allegedly an advanced review of the new Ghostbusters film. But what it turned out to be was him bitching about it for 6 minutes about how he is refusing to see or review this movie.
I saw that.
And it's just him being a jerk about it all. And Patton Oswalt, lovable Patton Oswalt,
Whose wife just passed away.
right, playfully called him out on it on Twitter, and it was
like any film loving comedian would do.
Right. The story, like the headline said that this started because Patton Oswalt defended the new Ghostbusters movie. That's not exactly what he was doing. He was defending the film review profession, and that this guy gets paid to watch movies and review them. That's his job. He is a professional film critic, and he's refusing to do his job because he's just being a dick. And Patton Oswalt was like, that's not okay. Like, do your job. I'm sorry you disagree with this movie existing, but that's not your place. And that disagree with it in your review, but don't refuse to watch the movie just because you don't think it should have been made. And people took that as I'm going to defend this movie, this female Ghostbusters movie that's got everybody all up in arms. And people started attacking his late wife.
Oh.
They started making the attacks personal and making it about his late wife.
And she didn't even pass away like 6 weeks ago, I don't think. I mean, it's
No, it was, and this, when this happened, it was within a month when they started doing this. And one of them that stuck out in my head was something like, the funniest thing that your career ever saw was the death of your wife. And that was the kind of things that these people were talking about. And fast forward to about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, with the Captain America scandal, that they reintroduced Steve Rogers as Captain America. He lost his powers. He got his powers back.
Yeah, she passed away on April 21st. That's how.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So it hasn't even been 2 months. And so they reintroduced Captain America, or Steve Rogers as Captain America, and there's this big thing at the end. Spoiler alert, if you have been living in a hole. Steve Rogers has been an agent of Hydra this entire time.
What?
How
could you blow that for me?
He's a sleeper agent, and the last panel shows him saying "Hail Hydra." People were sending death threats to the writer that did this over Twitter. And I realize it's easy to be a keyboard commando and to say all of this stuff under the perceived anonymity and protection of the internet, because it's not real. You're not really saying it. You're just saying it online. But there's a point when internet trolling stops being about you being mad and becomes actual harassment. It's never funny to say, "I hope you die," because I don't like this thing you made. It's never funny or okay to throw the death of someone's family member in their face because you disagree with them. And Beach and I talked about this a little bit when it all came down, the Patton Oswalt thing came down, and we're just, I hate that the internet has become this. As many awesome things as the internet has and allows us to do, I hate that this exists and that it's given a voice to people like this.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not defending Oswald because I am like a comedy person or anything like that. And 9 times out of 10, I'm 100% everything's fair game kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I mean, instead of just accepting it for what it was, these people pivoted on an attack when there was none to be had. Like, and instead of just saying, well, you know, I disagree, to go after a man's wife within just a couple of weeks after she passes at such a young age. I mean, and like I told Chris,
And suddenly,
had she passed away 3 years ago, Patton would probably be making dead wife jokes.
Right. It's like Hardwick is a member of the Dead Dad Club, and he has an entire bit where he can say things about his dad having died.
Right.
Because his dad died, and it's him saying it. You can't say it.
Right.
But
he would not have said it 3 weeks after his dad.
it's okay because it's your dog.
exactly.
We get it, yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, we get it. Yeah, it's so messed up, and it's all over this stupid freaking movie that nobody's seen.
Yeah.
It's just,
And I've actually kind of come to a Chris place of acceptance of the new Ghostbusters movie. This movie is not going to change my experience of the old Ghostbusters movies.
Thank
Yeah.
you. No
Yeah,
one's
I don't-
destroying your childhood.
That's
Like,
my
and-
only problem with the new Ghostbusters is the fact that Hollywood doesn't have any new ideas. I don't care that they're remaking it. I would just prefer that they make new movies on new properties instead of just remaking everything.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still waiting for the day that we get an all-male Steel Magnolias. But like I got to a point where
Okay, hold on. Before let's not just roll right past that. You do realize this show is about 3 degrees from being an all-male Steel Magnolias.
Yeah,
Hey,
Weez-
but
I'm
hold on,
Weezer
but
Joe,
hold on.
and
Like,
None
yeah.
of us has diabetes,
Well,
and none of us has type 1 diabetes of child onset, where if we don't drink orange juice, we start having.
Yeah, but
The
to be
shakes.
fair, a few of us have lived pretty unhealthy lifestyles. We may be like one bowl of Cheerios away from diabetes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's true.
I'm close
no,
to
all
diabetes.
all of us have. I just have that metabolism that
Yeah.
makes it look like I don't.
See,
like I eat
shut up.
healthy.
Because Beach is absolutely Weezer Boudreaux of this group. Like
Sally Fields.
100%. I'm the Sally Field. Okay. What does that make you and Mikey? Olympia Dukakis and Dolly Parton.
I got the tits for it.
Yeah.
Born
So
on the
Chris
same day too, so
There you go. So it all works
just
out.
saying.
So Chris
I'm not
is
sure
Sally.
how I'm
you're
not sure how
Sally
I feel about
Field.
being the Sally Field of this group.
Well, I gotta know, man. Is Burt Reynolds like a passionate lover, or
Or is he gentle?
because
Does he lay you down gently
Okay,
when he
the
goes?
the only complaint I have the only
about
complaint
Burt
I have-
Reynolds lovemaking? What is
Yes, it's about
The mustache?
it's the mustache.
it? He just won't take off that damn wig. It's like wearing socks to bed. What are you doing?
So wonderfully manscaped, I will say though. Like, he's got like the equivalent of sexy stubble in his chest hair,
Mm.
and so it works really really well.
So he kept the '70s face bush,
Yes.
Now,
but he
now-
took
now
the
does it-
early 2000s manscaping. All right.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
now does down there, does it have sideburns?
I don't
Like,
want
has
to
he
know.
manscaped it that way?
No,
This
but it does.
conversation's gone very uncomfortable.
It does have its own
Like,
trends.
what?
Then. Like,
It does have its own
Oh,
trend.
so it went 80s. Okay, gotcha.
No, it just looks like a Firebird.
yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
cut into the Firebird logo.
yeah. His condoms even have the Firebird logo on it.
They absolutely do. They're black and gold.
hmm
Yeah, it's a thing. Oh God.
God, that was actually somebody that went to high school with me that actually had one of those cars with the Firebird, like the logo on the hood.
On the hood, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Have like an REO Speedwagon
I always wanted
stuck
to
in
find
there,
Guy is a champion.
just constantly listening to "Can't Fight This Feeling."
Mhm.
I can't fight this feeling.
It comes back around. So yeah. Okay, so back to con-related things and the CW. Real quick, this is actually a news that came out today. Superman is going to be appearing properly in season 2 of Supergirl.
Better be Tom Welling.
I know, right? Season 1 of Supergirl treated Superman like Angel treated Buffy in season 1 of Buffy. Or, I'm sorry, season 3 of Buffy. Of Angel. I'm getting all confused. Okay, so
Words.
when Buffy jumped ship from the WB to UPN at the time, before the WB UPN became the CW. Buffy jumped ship, but Angel stayed on the WB. Because of that, they weren't allowed to talk about Buffy on Angel. And there was a lot of pronouns, and they danced around it a lot. And I think it was season 3 of Angel was when this happened. Season 1 of Supergirl treated Superman a lot the same way. There was a lot of your cousin and Big Blue and a lot of nicknames and pronouns and everything like that.
Instead of saying Spike, they just say Paleface or something like that.
Right. And so the 2 times that you saw him, you saw him once in the pilot, but his face is distorted by the sun, so you can't see him. It's just a guy with a cape.
Mm-hmm.
There's another time where she's passing out, and you see him land and save her. And then in the finale was great because you see him fly across. You see this thing streak across the sky, but then he falls under the mind control and passes out, and she walks past a pair of big red boots on a gurney. Like someone in big red boots is laying on a gurney, and she just kind of casually walks by it. And I'm like, that was lame. That was totally lame. But no, Superman is apparently going to be in the first 2 episodes of Supergirl this season.
Who's going to be Superman?
They have not said yet.
Tom Welling.
Everyone is begging it to be Tom Welling, though.
Yeah.
Because they can get away with it being Tom Welling and it not be the same Supergirl that was on Smallville, because they've established the multiverse on the CW. So it's implied that Smallville takes place in the same universe, just on a parallel Earth. And so at least that's how I reconcile all of this. So Tom Welling could be the Superman on Supergirl very easily. And with the Supergirls moving to the CWs, with Supergirl moving to the CW, this is awesome because we are going to get a 4-show crossover event with Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. A big 4-part, 4-night.
Who's playing Supergirl, by the way?
What is her name?
That girl.
Does she?
Audie
does she-
McHotterson?
I was about to say,
Right.
is she?
Oh, yeah, she
classic
is.
blonde over blue kind of thing.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Like they
Oh,
got a good one.
wow, she is pretty,
Yeah.
but not like
Melissa Benoist.
I gotta throw her down. Pretty.
Yeah, like she's perfect for that role.
Like I would take her home to meet mom.
And
Then
then
I'd
lay
look-
her down gently to make
No,
love to her.
then I would look over at my dad and be like, you know, I'm fucking her, right? My dad'd be like, I don't blame you. I'd be disappointed if you weren't.
Right. Your dad would say that.
Now, my dad would say it in front of her. Like,
He absolutely would.
yeah, like the day that my dad met my high school principal, he actually said to her, and I quote, "Man, if I was a student, I'd be getting in trouble all day, so you'd paddle me."
I don't doubt that at all.
And in his defense, my high school principal was a beautiful woman.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, good times.
So it sounds like
Good,
it.
good friends. Sam Adams.
Right. So, while Eric and I were at the show last night, we were discussing the concept of professional cosplayers at cons.
I don't approve.
And well, see, Eric and I have discovered we have a stark difference of opinion on this, and so we're gonna.
I'm going to go out on a limb. Chris, you're wrong, aren't you?
I'm
Are you-
wrong.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Chris is wrong.
So we're gonna.
I was going to say, are you adamantly wrong?
We're gonna have a new segment, or I think we've had this segment before, but we're gonna have a segment now and have a fun discussion, and we're gonna do pointer count. And yes,
I
that's
thought we were going to call it like Eric's misguided indignity.
totally stole that joke.
Good idea, bad
no.
idea.
Yeah.
Good idea, bad idea. Absolutely. So, Eric, since you brought up the discussion last night, um, tell us your thoughts, and apparently BJ's on your side on
So
professional
far.
cosplayers.
I think that it's just a BS thing. I mean, you're getting paid to go to a con, to dress up. You don't really, as far as I can tell, you really don't contribute anything. At least at DCC, you didn't. And honestly, you're charging people to take pictures with somebody who's not even really famous. Like, I understood Chewbacca's mom getting she was there and people could take pictures with her for money to go to charity. But I understood that because she at least had some kind of internet fame. But you've got people like Spock Vegas he dresses up like Spock. He doesn't even look close to looking like Spock. It's just I don't know. And I think that it kind of also takes away from the people who do go there to cosplay when you're seeing these people who are doing it professionally and they're just like, I don't know. It just to me, it just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. No.
Okay, but hold on. What was your? It would be okay if they would at least do. What contribution did you say they should be?
If they
giving
did
to the
panels
show?
on how to cosplay, like on how to
Kind of like what Anna does.
yeah,
she
like
does.
how they make their costumes, like teaching people how to do this, as opposed to just I'm going to show up here and I'm going to get paid for you to take my picture with you.
Right. Right.
Okay, so
Yeah, no, I don't particularly agree with that myself. I understand what you're saying, Eric, in terms of purists, you know. But personally, like, I see them as kind of booth babes. They're models that are hired to bring people into the booth.
no, but see, no, they have their own booth.
Yeah,
Right. No, I
They
know.
themselves
That's
are
what
the
I was
booth.
about to say. Girls like, oh, God, I can't even think of their names, but like some of them started out legitimate, like Lars Abersold or whatever her name is. You know, she was just a con goer, but now I think isn't she a model, like a
Yeah,
professional cosplayer kind of thing?
well, in our neck of the woods, you have Crystal Star.
Right.
She started out just getting more and more locally popular for having really good cosplay,
Mm.
and she hosts a podcast or a web show or something about about geek culture and whatnot, and she was a cosplay guest this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's first of all, they have they're no different than the artists that are there. They're no different than the media guests that are there. The actors and what they're there for you to pay money and get a picture with them. And they're not contributing to the show other than just being there.
It's really no different ultimately than people that do Let's Plays. They
Right.
didn't build those games, but you're watching them play those games, and
Right.
you're paying to watch them do it. You know?
And these artists, and I'm not talking necessarily about, I'm talking about professional amateurs.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about your Neil Adams and your Todd McFarlane. I'm talking about the guy that rented out a booth at the con because he's an artist and his medium is pop culture or his subject is pop culture and he wants to sell his art.
Right.
He is selling his art. He's not contributing to the show. He's not doing a panel on how to do this. He has just got a table selling his art. These girls are, and sometimes guys, are models. They have found a corner of the internet. They're internet famous. They're Instagram famous, and they have found a corner of the internet that allows them to be paid to model when they could not be a traditional model. They would never make it
Right.
as a regular model. But they make these costumes. Most of them make their own costumes.
Mm.
And
Like
they
Anna and Britt
right.
and Lars and all them.
They
Yeah.
go to the show and they have prints of them in costume. They get professional prints done of them in their costumes, and they're there in a costume for you to take pictures. You can buy pictures of them, they can sign them, things like that. It is no different than any of the other people that are at the show. They're just capitalizing on an aspect of the show that has
I
become
like how you put a lot of emphasis on the part of the word ass.
right of the show that has become popular, being cosplay. Professional cosplayers are not stopping anyone from showing up in costume. We saw one of the best costumes I have ever seen in my entire life last night. This dude had a spot on Blank Man costume.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Well, what
I
about
mean,
that guy? God, I can't think of his name because I hadn't been on Facebook in forever. But he used to, he would do Iron Man, and then he would do like a
Scotty.
full alien. Yeah, Scotty.
Scotty.
God knows what he's doing. I
He actually quit his day job and is doing he opened up a fabrication shop in his garage, and that's what he does full time.
so he's a prime example of a dude that's figured it out.
And he works off commissions.
Yeah.
And he's done con appearances.
And he's a cool dude.
He is a super cool dude.
He'll stand
And
there
his
and talk to
girl
you, man.
is adorable.
I don't guess I ever met her.
Oh,
Is
she is adorable.
Yeah,
and
she is.
they're like the perfect couple. They look so cute together.
Well, I remember there was this one team. I say team. It was a boyfriend and a girlfriend. He had the most flawless Joker. Like he had the
Yeah, I know
smile,
you're talking about.
everything. And his girlfriend pulled off a pretty decent Harley Quinn.
I know exactly who you're talking about. But
God.
yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the professional cosplayers because I think they're just they manage to find a way to make money doing
what they enjoy.
what they enjoy, and they found an audience. And most of the professional cosplayers I've talked to, I've interviewed Destiny Nicholson and Nicole Marie Jean Murray, something like that. I interviewed them, and I've interviewed Leanna Vamp. And Leanna Vamp, no offense to her, she feels to me like a model that just was decided this is where she wanted to go with it.
It was her in.
Yeah. Destiny Nicholson and Nicole Marie Jean, when I talked to them, they seemed like they loved what they were doing. Like they loved making these costumes and meeting the people. And it's just they started doing cosplay and created
Destiny. I met her. She was really sweet. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, she was a really sweet girl.
Created a character for themselves and a personality, and they opened up a Facebook page and they got on Instagram and they built an audience, and that's how they're able to do these shows now. Is these are all internet famous people, and so I have absolutely no problem with them being there. But I do know a lot of people that have the same opinion that you do, that cosplay is for the attendees and not for the guests. And
Well, and the other part is like,
Have y'all seen Destiny's Supergirl?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have cyberstalked her quite a bit because it's eyes.
She's got the mid.
She's got the most amazing eyes.
Oh, she's got eyes. Whoa, look at those things.
Yeah, you can say what you will, but no, she's got the most amazing eyes, and so yeah, I totally cyberstalk her.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh,
But,
that's
yeah,
her
and-
as the classic Harley. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is just a
oh,
quick
that's fine.
side note. When I was taking my test today, the proctor, she's a young girl, probably 22, something like that. She's a senior. I was talking to her, during my break, and I was like, "So what are you doing up?" I mean, just playing around on the internet, and she was watching Game of Thrones the first time. So we bullshitted about the latest Game of Thrones for a while, and then the next break, I was asking what she thought about. Has everybody watched this week's Game of Thrones?
No.
No,
Okay.
I've just finished season 1. So.
Yeah, well, I asked her about some things that happened, and she was like, "Oh, I'm watching the Batman series now." I was like, "What Batman series?" And she was like, I just found the Batman cartoon series from the '90s, and I love it." I was like,
Yeah, and it's
"What?"
like Batman the animated series.
Yeah, she had just discovered it because I mean she's 10 years younger than us, and 10 plus, I guess. And she had just discovered it, and I was like, "Oh God!" She was like, "Yeah, they just introduced Harley Quinzel," and I was like, "Oh, wait until you see what they do with her." But yeah, I told her I was like, "Wow, you're good people. I like you." But yeah, that was just a quick aside. Had to think about the old Batman series is making its way into the younger generation.
Nice.
Oh.
So
Hey.
yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, Eric, but I don't see a problem as long as they're not taking space away from
Artists
from
like
from someone that quote needs to be there.
yeah, like Ernie Reyes Jr. If he showed up and they had a bigger booth than him, I'd be like, "Screw off, bitch! You're not a surf ninja."
You didn't fight Shredder.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
You didn't face down Cyborg Leslie Nielsen.
You didn't have to put up with Rob Schneider being your best friend for a movie.
Oh.
That's
You didn't
true.
beat up The Rock. Yeah, The Rundown. Yes, I referenced The Rundown.
Whoa. I don't even remember him in the rundown.
He was the scrawny little dude that beat up The Rock, the little native guy that
Hmm.
beat up The Rock. Because The Rock is like literally twice his size. But and it's like Sean William Scott got him in the fight got The Rock in the fight with him. And so yeah, he gets in a fight with The Rock in The Rundown.
And it worked for him.
Yeah, it did.
It's interesting. Hey guys, I've got to bounce, man. I'm freaking tired as all hell, and I got to get up for class tomorrow morning. So
That's cool.
When will you know?
God, it could be a month.
A month?
Yeah, it takes a while for those.
Yeah, it's a I was gonna say nationwide, but it's the U.S. and Canada, both, and they only do the test like 3 times a year.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and it's one company that does all the tests. Like even at Little Commerce, there was over 100 people there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, y'all take it easy.
All right,
All
see
right.
you, Beach.
See
Bye.
you, man. So, Mikey, how have you been? It's weird that I haven't talked to you in a week because I saw you every day for 7 months.
Are you ready for a burn?
Oh Lord, yeah,
Have you called the mom?
I hate you.
Just saying.
Eric asked me that last night, too. And he doesn't even know the bit. And he
See? And I do it daily. So,
Well, I actually asked because I truly am interested in this happening. You
Me
asked.
too. No.
It was terrible timing. Okay, it was terrible timing.
I've gone 3 years, and my experience has never been used. I want to break this tradition. I want to be useful.
Well, he's probably going to be going to Dallas Comic Show with us
Oh, cool.
in August, so we'll probably just kind of shoot.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
You'd enjoy that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm good. I started working a camp we have
Oh,
at
yeah.
school this week. So
He got his gas tank pooped in twice today.
twice. Why are you
I'm
even
sorry.
up there?
I'm sorry. What?
Report cards.
They didn't send those home with the kids?
No, not for middle school. Middle school.
No,
you pick it
because
up.
we didn't even finalize grades until the last day of school.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you walk up to the office, there's actually a sign on the window that says when you can pick up middle school report cards.
I don't worry about that.
No, because I went to the school to pick up Nicole's report card, and I just sent him a text saying that I pooped in his gas tank,
Yeah.
and that I was going to McDonald's to reload.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
he tried to put sugar in my gas tank, but I told him he had to use a plastic funnel because I have a capless gas tank, because otherwise you get ants.
Ah.
And you know what's funny? You were like, "Thanks, Archer," and I'm like, I don't even understand what that means.
I don't get that
And then,
reference.
like, I don't watch Archer, and I don't get that reference. But I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And so I looked at it, I was like, Archer sugar meme. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. No, Archer, it's constantly like, and that's how you get ants.
Okay, see, I don't even watch. I don't watch Archer, so I don't know.
You need to. Like, you seriously need to. It's horrible.
Like I've heard good things. Like, it's one of those shows. It's just like, it's so awful. It's kind of like
Yeah.
South Park. It's kind of like
Yes.
South Park. It's just so deplorable that it's entertaining.
Yes. And it's got Aisha Tyler in it. Right. And her animated character looks pretty much like her, so.
Nice. The best Aisha Tyler reference in history, though, was on Kimmy Schmidt season 2. Which season 2 of Kimmy Schmidt is so much better than season 1.
Yeah, we couldn't even get through episode 1 of season 1. We were like,
Muscle through it because it does get better. And season 2, oh my god, season 2 is amazing. But there's a joke that the black guy wants to do this one-man show of his past lives, and he claims that he used to be a geisha in a past life, and so he wants to do this one-man show of his life as this geisha. And Kimmy's like, well, if Aisha Tyler can play a white woman on Friends, then why not? And I was like, that is going to be the justification for every questionable casting from now on. If Aisha Tyler can play a white woman on Friends, why not?
wow.
God.
So, yeah. The only black person on Friends.
It's true.
It is very true, because I've watched a lot of Friends in my life, and there
was occasionally the Chandler co-worker.
Yes, I was about to say there was Chandler's when Chandler went to the ad agency. The supervisor,
the young kid. Well, there was the young kid.
Right, that was on Real World and in Van Wilder. And then there was then his supervisor of the intern program. But yeah, like there's been in the 10-year run of that show like 6 black people on it. That was a very white show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I liked it, I gotta say, I like that show so much better when like it was first on. Watching it now, I'm just like, when I rewatched it last year, I was just like, oh my god, this show's horrible.
No, I don't. I that's one of those shows.
Like, and when I say the show's horrible, I mean these are horrible people.
Oh, they are absolutely horrible people, and
And
everyone
Phoebe's
likes
the worst.
everyone likes to talk about Ross and Rachel like that's the love story of the show, and it's not. The love story of that show is Chandler and Monica. And Ross and Rachel, that is the most destructive, selfish relationship I've ever seen. But
I don't know, Marla Singer and Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
well, that is true.
Slash
yeah.
Edward Norton.
Slash Edward Norton. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, Mikey.
I didn't do it.
No.
Oh.
Lego Dimensions
Oh.
just announced an event for June 9th that just says what happens next. Find out June 9th.
Improve it. Like the having to move the things around on the platform, just nope. That just made that game so horrible to me.
I haven't had a chance to play it yet. James has it.
It's well, okay. You literally have to move characters around on the board. So, like on that portal thing, to be able to finish levels. So like you can't and because of the fact that has to stay plugged in, you can't move you can't sit where you would normally sit in your home when you're playing video games. You have to sit close enough to the TV that you can be able to move those things.
Just get up and move. You bum.
No, dude, it's not.
You're the kind of people that the Wii was invented for.
No,
The Wii Fit.
No. I'm talking like you have to move like multiple times to beat a boss. Like you have to move them around that platform. It's cumbersome, is what I'm trying to say. Like
Okay.
It's a cummerbund?
No, a Cumberbatch. Hey, we've talked about this. No, and no, I totally get you. I haven't played it yet, but I get what you're saying. But this also at the same time sounds like you were talking about
First world problems.
the first world problem of your truck being scratched. This is an even firster world problem.
Well, the truck, it looks like somebody may have actually keyed it, so that's what kind of pisses me off.
Oh, that sucks. Then, yeah.
Because it's not like I opened my door and there's a small nick. No, there's a long scratch over the wheel well. That was why I was upset. Is that was like this wasn't like a small thing. This was a I'm screwing up your car thing. So. But the play is cumbersome. Like, I haven't played Infinity, so I can't compare it. But from what I've heard, Infinity, you just put the things on there and you play your game.
You die.
Yeah, this one you have to keep moving the characters around and put like the Batmobile on a very specific spot so that it becomes cumbersome and it makes it. It takes away from being able to fully play the game and immerse yourself because you have to stop to do something outside, like in real world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm the same as you. I've not played it, so I don't know.
Yeah, Infinity is like you said. You just kind of
You put it down and go.
yeah.
See, I'm
and
cool
you
with
can
that.
switch. You can switch characters if you want to.
Well, no, you can switch characters, and easily enough. But the problem is that you have to move the character to get them to move. Like you have to move them to a different part of the portal to get them to move to a different part of the screen. Like you're transporting them, quote unquote, to another area. So it's not like you have to do that to be able to play the character. No, you just put your 3 characters on there, but you have to move them to the specific color to go to the specific area in the level.
I see. Well, I will. I've been wanting to play it anyway. So after this week, when I'm officially, I don't have anything else going on for the summer, I will give that a try and report back on my opinion of the cumbersome nature of.
Yeah, we stopped
Lego
after
Dimensions.
we played the first 2 levels, first 2 or 3 levels. It was Wizard of Oz, and I know we played The Simpsons. That was the last level we played. So.
Yeah, we have the Wizard of Oz. We have Back to the Future. We have I don't know if we have Ghostbusters or not. We have all the Doctor Who sets.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm not I haven't played it enough to know if you have to use if you're forced to buy the things so that you can be able to get 100% because you need to be able to use.
According to James, yes, you can only 100% the game with every set. That there's over 400 gold bricks in the game, and
Yeah.
some of the gold bricks exist in the other levels, and the only way that you can 100% the game is with every playset or whatever they call it.
Yeah, and see
Because
that
there's the team packs where it's just the characters, but the ones that come with additional levels, those are the ones that add.
yeah. And see that goes back to what we've talked about before. I don't want to spend extra money to have to unlock things that's in-game content.
Yeah, your DLC shouldn't affect. Dang it, I can't talk. It shouldn't affect completion.
Yeah.
You know.
But this is a different kind of it's tangible DLC, and I don't disagree. Like that was annoying when I heard that that there should be a way to 100% the base game that comes with Batman, Wild Styles, and
Yeah.
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
You should be able to 100% that, and then if you get another set, it adds all the
It adds new
accomplishments
trophies.
right, and
Yes.
and gold bricks and everything. I do not disagree with that. But and see, the thing is, the 400 gold bricks that are on there now, that number's gonna go up with an update
Right.
because they haven't even announced all of the content that's coming. And so, yeah, it is for completionists. It's not the best game because it's really hard to 100% that game. You have to get the DLC essentially to 100% the game.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's kind of my problem, especially with how expensive the DLC is for this game.
yeah, but I will say, as far as DLC goes, as far as toy to life games go, not that I love the Infinity figures, like they're gorgeous. I've always loved the figures. Before I ever started playing the game, I always thought the style of the artwork that went into the figurines was great. I always liked it. But with Lego Dimensions, you actually get toys. Like you don't have to keep the like the minifigs. All you need is that little disc with the QR or with the RFID on it. To put on the thing. You don't actually have to put the minifig on there, and you don't actually have to put the car on there. You just have to put the chip that reads what it is on the thing, and so you've got Legos. We have Doctor Who Legos. We have Back to the Future Legos. We have Ghostbuster Legos that are like $10. In some cases, and you get these minifigs and accessories that you otherwise would have to pay $60 or $70 for that ugly ass
For a
DeLorean.
small playset, yeah.
That DeLorean is horrendous. The prototype that it was based on looked so much better than what was actually released. That DeLorean is horrendous. Now that TARDIS set is amazing, but and the Ecto One in the firehouse, God, that's bucket list Legos right there. But yeah, like I was so disappointed with that that Back to the Future set. And where's my train? Where's my Back to the
Back to the Future train.
Where's my Back to the Future train Lego kit? Where is it? But it's the same place that my ability to stream the Disney afternoon lives. It's on that Earth where Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles and DuckTales are all streaming on Netflix.
That's a good Earth, man.
It is a good Earth. We need to go to that Earth.
I call that Earth 3.
I'm in contact with Vibe trying to get that done for you. So
We need to because I need some old school cartoons in my
you need
life.
to get dangerous.
I do need to get dangerous, and I need some gargoyles because that show.
Now some of them you can find, but it's
It's hard, yeah. I did find a website, so Oh, speaking of finding a website for questionably legal content, well, we're over time, so I'm gonna close out with this. But I found I've discovered a new world of adventure. Did you know that they make basically a mod chip for for handheld Nintendo devices?
You mean like the Nintendo DSs and whatnot?
Yes. There is and it's not even like a mod chip you have to open up the thing and put in like on an Xbox or a Wii or something. There is it's called a flash card or a flash cart. It looks like a DS game that has a slot for a micro SD card that loads an external operating system when you put it into the DS, and it has emulators on it. You can play NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, and every generation of Game Boy on these emulators on a DS with this $40 DS cartridge. It is intended, Digital Millennium Copyright Act stuff, to back up your games and be able to carry a digital backup of your games so you don't have to carry all your games with you all the time. You carry one cartridge that has all of your games on it. But if one were so inclined to go find ROMs for these emulators, one could then play basically anything you want. For the price of a new DS game, you can have all the DS games, along with NES, Super NES, and Sega Genesis, and every handheld Nintendo game ever made, as long as there's a ROM for it. That's a thing that exists. And I caught
There are
Mew.
many of them. I
Yeah,
see
there are.
them.
Yeah, there are. And I caught Mew without cheating. I just
saw
exploited the
that.
glitch in the game.
I'm super excited.
I have.
Oh, it's great. And it's wonderful because you can teach him anything. He literally can learn everything in the game, and so you can make him like the ultimate player, and because you can give him like a water move and an electric move and a fire move,
So he's
and
super effective versus anything.
you basically can make him the ultimate Pokemon. And so he's currently at the daycare getting leveled up right now. And so yes, I have a Mew, and I'm super excited because
And you just can't hide it?
I can't hide it. The glitch is in Cerulean City, which is the second gym. So like I beat Misty and I got my water badge, and then I went and did the stupid glitch that took me an hour to do it, and caught Mew, and it was great. I was so happy. So yes, Pokemon. This is on Blue. This is on the virtual console of Blue. And had this great idea. I was gonna I'll beat the first gym on Blue, and then I'll beat the first gym on Red, and then I'll beat the first gym on Yellow, and then I'll go back to Blue, and I'll just be Blue, Red, Yellow, Blue, Red, Yellow. No, I'm on a roll, and it's time to go solo, and I'm just going through Blue like a monster, so a pocket monster, if you will.
I don't need to hear about your pocket monster.
Well, it is. It only has the one eye, but
Oh.
yeah.